What's up, guys? Wanted to give you a quick rundown of the new Zapco HDSP-V DSP. It's a 16 channel with the built-in high-res, they call it the HD player. I wanted to give you my initial experience. What I did was I took some thumb drives that I've been using in other vehicles, loaded up with all kinds of music and test files and everything else. Those were drives that I had been using. I had formatted them with my Mac and loaded them up so they weren't FAT32 format drives, and it was creating some issues. Initial impression was that, hey, that there's some bugs in the player. It was not navigating correctly, it was hanging up on files, it wasn't playing files that I thought it should be. But I talked to Scott Welch, and then he directed me to the manual. So if I would have RTFM'd the manual, I would have realized that, hey, this player is designed to work with FAT32 formatted hard drives. There's a limitation with FAT32. It's a file format structure that only works up to 32 gig drives. So I went to Best Buy and I bought a 32 gig drive. It's a SanDisk, little thumb drive. It was on sale for $7.99, and I loaded it up in Windows. I formatted it as FAT32 and then threw a bunch of different music on it. I put, I don't know, a dozen or so different albums on it complete and some of my test material. And I brought it back into the car. And I got to tell you, I've been using it for the last 3 hours straight with zero issues whatsoever. It's been playing everything flawlessly. I can navigate the way I intend to, and let me tell you, this is my first experience playing a digital format that goes directly to a processing chip that lives on the same physical chip as the processor, and there's definitely something to be said. I'm hearing details in kind of the gray area of the music, the things that just kind of fade out and you don't really hear generally when I use an RCA input or another digital media player going into a digital input, which then gets fed to a DAC. This processor has the DAC chip for this player. It's on the same chip as the processor unit itself. So there's nothing for it to go through electronically. It all lives on the same physical chip, and I'm telling you, there's details in the darker areas of the music that I'm hearing for the first time now in my car. So I wanted to give you a quick rundown, just look at the unit real quick and kind of navigate for you, show you how it's working here. I don't have this installed in an ideal location at the moment. We just kind of literally threw it in here so that we could get it running for tomorrow's event that we have going on here. So this is the main screen of the unit. Let me see if I can make this any darker. Well, if we hit the HD player, it takes us back here, and I hit the directory button. It's now going to show you the directory that I'm playing. Should be able to go up a level here, which takes you to the main directory of the albums that I threw on here. So once you highlight the directory that you want, you don't have to tap on the white highlighter. You just tap anywhere in this box and it takes you to what you have highlighted. So now you select the track that you want and just tap, and it starts playing. You can then navigate up and down within the folder that you're listening to. So this is an album, and it tells you at the very top here, like, this is a FLAC file, 44.1. So you can navigate. I think there's some different file formats in this folder itself. There we go. This is a WAV file. AIF file. Another WAV file. We'll come back. HD player, show the directory. Let's go up a level here. This is the root directory.
Anyway, I can navigate. Here's the ASCII disc. Let's say I want to hear the pink noise track. So just come down to track 4, tap anywhere, and it starts playing the pink noise. Volume control is real nice. It's detented so that you feel every click. Other thing I couldn't really figure out was, okay, where's my play pause button? Because you can't really, I would almost like expect it to pause when I tap into here, but that doesn't do it. However, the center button on the volume control mutes and pauses the track at the same time. So now it's flashing at you saying, hey, you're paused, muted. So again, pause. Pauses it real easy. Come back to my main directory. If I want to go to a different track, I just select it and hit anywhere in there. There it goes. This is the main player screen. You do have an audio control, which gives you left and right balance. Also gives you, kind of nice here, there's a bass, mid-range, and treble control right from the player, which is kind of nice if you want to make some just quick adjustments on the fly. But you do get a fader and balance control from there. Also, I can switch to my CD player pretty easily. I don't actually have anything in here. I do have the P99 in here, but I've literally been playing nothing through it. I've just been using the HD player exclusively so far today. So come back to the player. Let's go back to the directory here. Go up a level. So anyway, I think once you get past the fact that you have to use a FAT32 formatted drive, put your music on it, everything works. Like I said, FAT32 has a native limitation of 32 gig maximum drive space. However, the documentation for the Zapco says that you can hook up a 2 terabyte drive to it. So, what I'm assuming you've got to do there is use a third-party utility that allows you to format multiple 32 gig partitions on a large drive and make them all FAT32. So I've yet to experiment with that. Literally had this thing running since a couple days ago and just trying to get it. I've put a bass tune on it, used the tuning software. Everything is working as I expect it to, and so far, so good. Hope this helps. Talk to you later.